Hi, I'm Al. This is a video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to more Drama Dash. While I was away for the weekend, Edge of Destiny got verified. The unnerfed, I don't know if it's actually unnerfed. I actually don't know how it is relative to the actual unnerfed Blade of Justice, but it's hard Blade of Justice. That's pretty much what it, whatever. Anyway, I have been away for the weekend. I've been gone for like almost a week, so I'm back. Yes! Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say. We're gonna hop into it. Should I play low detail? I don't know. Let's quickly check how many objects there are before I decide whether or not I want to fry my computer. 200,000 objects, roughly. We'll be fine. It'll be okay. Let's hop into it. Shout outs to Poltergeist, of course, for verifying it. Really, really massive GGs. He's an absolute legend. Really, really good player. Really talented. Super determined. Go check him out if you haven't already. Anyway, let's hop into Edge of Destiny. Oh, that's a nasty first jump. Hello? I'm kind of hoping that, because I know how to play Blade of Justice, it won't be, like, too bad. Although, as you can clearly tell already, that's not the case. Oh, this jump is so hard. What the hell? Clearly, there are a few inputs here that are borderline illegal, I would say, personally. How am I supposed to get this jump, bro? Okay, there we go. I did it. I passed the click. Okay, there we go. We are moving on. This part is infamously like really hard in Blade of Justice as well. I can't really say that I'm surprised that this beginning is like the hardest thing ever. These jumps are so oddly specific. Wait, hold up. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much like it looks like I have a lot of space here, but you really don't. That's interesting. Okay. Now, I don't actually know how hard this is supposed to be. I have absolutely zero idea. I'm pretty sure Poltergeist hardest before this was Tartarus. So it's pretty safe to assume that this is going to be harder than Tartarus, right? I don't know what like the expected difficulty for this is supposed to be, which is interesting. I think it's always interesting to just like go into this kind of stuff and just like not know how hard it's supposed to be. But then again, maybe that's just me being weird. One thing I do want to comment on though is that I feel like, oh, I did it. Oh, because this is Blade of Justice, but harder, I feel like this is probably going to end up being slightly underrated because people already have the muscle memory for it, right? Because a vast majority of the gameplay, and this is just Blade of Justice, but a little bit harder. By a little bit harder, I mean it's like a 1,000 times harder, right? But because people already know how to play the gameplay, as a result, it's gonna feel much easier. Why is this jump actually so hard? What the hell? That jump was messed up. Yeah, first robot, impossible, just as regular Blade of Justice, but like way harder. So it's impossible squared. Where the what? Oh, that's so hard. Honestly, I kind of like this. I'm actually a huge fan of Blade of Justice. For those of you who do not know, I like Blade of Justice quite a lot. I think it's a very good extreme. I beat it like December 31st, 2020. So I beat it like a billion years ago. But I always liked Blade of Justice quite a lot. I think Blade of Justice is really enjoyable. Seeing how it would have been realized if it were like the intended difficulty, it's pretty cool. Oh, what the Whoa! What is this gap? Oh, that's gross. Ugh, I don't like that. That's like the most random, impossible input ever. I will say though, I do really like that background. What is it called? Is it one of the, the Greek letter? Doesn't matter. You nerds can tell me in the comments. Sorry, that wasn't unnecessarily mean. Anyway, yeah, like stuff like this, right? Like this saw blade, I feel like is just poorly placed. Like, the way that they buffed this from regular Blade of Justice is just adding these saw blades. And I feel like that's kind of weird, I guess. Because, like, the gap is really huge. But you're just, like, forced to do it really closely because otherwise you're going to hit the saw blade. I think that's a bad way of do buffing. I can't speak anymore. I've lost my sense of speaking. I haven't spoken in, like, a week. But yeah, I think that's a really weird way of doing buffs to a part. Because it just makes it feel unnatural instead of, like, hard. What I've heard, right? This is supposedly, like, much harder. The beginning is much harder than the rest. I'm guessing a lot of the difficulty is just going to be getting to this ship right here. Oh my god, I'm so good at straight fly, dude. Absolute pro, dude. This part looks really cool, though. I really like the color usage here. The purple, pink, and blues, very nice. Oh, that is such a tight part. What the hell? That straight fly is actually crazy. I won't lie. This little guy right here, very cool. This is a top tier club step monster. I really like it. Okay, that was a little bit weird. I did not like that very much, but you know, it's whatever. What even kills you here? Okay, so these like giant blue things are just lines. They don't actually do much. So that just looks much harder than it actually is. Got it. Yeah, okay. Not sure how I feel about that because it just makes it look like it's much harder than it really is. And I think that's a really goofy way of adding like, I suppose you could call it like fake difficulty of some kind. I don't know, dude. You get what I mean, hopefully. If you don't, oh well. Okay, the infamous dual wave. This was like, back when Blade of Justice was originally coming out, this was like the big thing. Everyone was like, wow, this wave is like the hardest thing ever made. I don't know how it holds up to today though. Like, it's still obviously gonna be really hard, but it doesn't seem like it's like the hardest thing ever made, right? The worst part about this for me is that practice runs are impossible, and the slight start position lag is making it very hard. Oh my god, I passed it while talking. No way. How did I do that? It's kind of wild. Okay, this part is pretty easy. Yeah, no, this part is just straight up not hard. What? I would have thought something like this would have been like significantly buffed, considering the fact that this was like also really easy in the original Blade of Justice. Kind of expected this to be like buffed to be evened out, like difficulty wise, but apparently not. That's interesting. That's really that's fascinating. I was expecting that ship part to be like much harder, but I guess dual ship, therefore impossible by default. Maybe, I don't know. That has to be like a near frame perfect. That jump felt ridiculous. Some of these timings are kind of crazy, but they also feel like very manageable. I don't know what it is about this in particular, but it's just like, I don't know. That part, this part feels cool. It feels like it's hard, like really, really hard. Don't get me wrong, 100%, 1000% super hard, but it doesn't feel that unachievable compared to like other things so far. This part to me was always like a really hard one in normal Blade of Justice. So seeing that this feels like very reasonable is kind of crazy. I did not expect that. I thought this was going to be one of the harder parts for me. But then again, I also haven't passed it in like one go. So what do I know? For all I know, this could be like the hardest shit ever. Especially this blue orb. Holy shit. What is this blue orb? Okay. There we go. Now we get into the duel. I don't know how to play the duel. I don't remember. The thing about this duel though is that this was already like a super awkward part. So buffing this to be the difficulty of the rest is probably like really weird. Wow, I'm actually surprised that jumping into that and holding there is working, because I kind of expected it to like stray away from the original Blade of Justice where you had to like where you could hold and make it so that you had to time that triple spike. But no, dude, how can I not strafe fly? Why is this strafe fly so hard? I hate. Oh, they're like semi-fixed. Ew. What I was gonna say? Dual ship strafe fly, worst skill ever. Hello. Oh, you're not supposed to, dude. The fact that there's a thing there, that's stupid. Oh, okay. Okay, I passed it. That maybe that's not as hard as I thought it was. That looked really hard, but it didn't feel that hard. This is the cool look part. This part looks sick. I'm not gonna lie, this part is so cool. That's a little bit of a rough transition though. But for the most part, this UFO doesn't feel that much harder than Blade of Justice. Okay, that was an awkward click. I'm not a huge fan of that. Man, part of me is really sad that this part is so poorly optimized where you can't really run it full detail. Because this would be such a cool thing to play and beat in full detail. But it's like practically unplayable. It lags so much. I'm dropping so many frames. It's actually kind of insane. It's such a shame though. I would love to see this get like an optimization update where it just like makes this part in particular run properly. Because everything else you can run pretty decently, right? Everything else, every other part you can run very well, high FPS. But of course, Kulug's part you can't, which sucks ass. Okay. The swing copter, it's hard. All I really have to say. I didn't really have much to say about it. It's just the same swing copter, but slightly. I don't know why I keep saying slightly. I don't know why I keep like undermining the difficulty. This is really hard, but it's just the same swing copter, so I don't really have much to add on to it. It's just a hard swing copter. It's kind of cool to see a swing copter that was like actually reasonable in a top level though. Yeah, no. Ooh, okay. Oh, this part looks awesome. Wow. Dude, I feel like my my Blade of Justice muscle memory is really kicking in because I'm passing like a lot of really hard shit surprisingly easily. Or maybe my 1 week break from the game just kind of worked and I just got better somehow. That is so... Oh, that's sick. That's sick. I really like this. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Whenever this was first announced and showcased, I never cared about this. There was not a single moment in time where I was like, oh yeah, Edge of Destiny, awesome, really sick. playing it for myself and actually experiencing the gameplay and everything, really cool. There were a couple clicks that I was like, wow, that seemed much harder than everything else. Obviously, I can't say for sure if that's the case because, well, I haven't played it that much, but this is really, really cool. I actually very thoroughly like this. I might consider this. This is really cool. Super high quality as well. Very hype. Very, very hype. Go check it out. Check out Poltergeist. Poltergeist is a super hype player, very, very talented. And of course, check out CD Music. The same guy who is behind Minus Cry. So CD Music is 2 for 2 currently on new extremes, top extreme that I actually like. Good stuff. Anyway, I'll see you guys around. Take care, everyone. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would truly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everyone.